Action Entertainment. I'm Batgirljamie.
I'm Joshua Danger.
We're here to do episodic breakdown of what, Twisted J or Joshua Danger?
Episodic breakdown of Paradise City featuring Andy Black and Bella Thorne.
And we're doing episodes 5 and 6 this week, and we'll have one more before next Friday because we want to get done with this show before we do another. Before we do another Mighty Ducks episode, because Mighty Ducks is on. There hasn't been a new episode till tomorrow, and there'll be a new episode. There's only a new episode every Friday, and we don't have one to watch till tomorrow. So that's what's going on. So we want to ask you guys. Before we do that, I want to let you know that I'm still doing these giveaways for these digital copies of albums. If you want one, go on my channel, look for the video that says giving away digital copies of albums, and I will have that there for you to get one.
Yep.
And you can have one. Okay. Now on to our episode. The first episode. Episode 5. We are going to talk about after I pull up the walkthrough.
Episode 5. Hold on. I'm actually sharing. Go ahead. Keep going, homie.
We're doing Paradise City episode 5 now. I just got to get the recap of it pulled up. It's called City of Shirley Temples. This is
not City of Shirley Temples.
Yes.
Is it?
No, it's called A Couple of Shirley Temples.
Okay, I was like...
This is the episode... I think that's the episode where Johnny goes and meets Lily. And tries to... This is the episode where the band decides...
Tells her... Basically to tell her to kick her.
This is the episode where the band decides they want to kick Lily out because it's bad for the band. Because it's bad for Johnny.
Yep.
And Johnny's what makes the whole band. So they have to do what's best for Johnny.
Yes.
If Johnny quits the band's going to be no good without him.
I totally agree with you there.
Their whole fan base is based around Johnny.
Yes, I know. Well, technically it's Johnny and Lily. It's based around Johnny and Lily as characters. So... But go on.
So basically, they convince him to go meet her and convince her. They gotta convince her to tell him that she wasn't kicked out, but she is getting kicked out, and that she needs to and that's I think that's the episode where they decide they're gonna adopt out Johnny's baby.
No.
That's the episode where they decide that they're going to adopt Johnny's baby out, so they're looking...
No, that was actually episode 6 where his grandmother...
They actually decide that they're kicking him out, so they work together to talk. So Johnny has to meet up with Lily, and Lily convince Lily to say that she's leaving the band and quitting.
Yeah, that they want her to
instead of telling them that instead of saying she got kicked out, basically.
Exactly, because exactly, which
telling them that
technically Elias is actually right about well, actually, it was Boo Boo Stewart's Vic Lakota character that basically says we should just hire another female bass player to replace Lily, and everybody agrees that it's a better idea because of the whole Me Too movement. Which
but so they're working on kicking her out of the band and gonna replace her, but she's gonna be on the new album. She's
hold on, you're actually getting way ahead of yourself.
In episode 5, they go and they pick out a studio and they start going there to record.
Yes, and Vic's basically the one that says, you know what, we're going with Svengoolie, and Johnny's like not having it.
But he ends up having to go with it because that's their only choice. Because they don't have
Exactly.
enough money to record right now without it.
Exactly, because they're having to pay Faith's grandmother. They're basically having to pay for that, and
they got to pay Faith's grandmother to keep her mouth shut.
Yeah, basically.
And they got to pay Lily now.
Exactly, $1.5 million plus whatever they make in
Lily, but more stuff happens with Lily in episode 6. We'll get into that here in a minute.
Plus double pay for the big concert that the big.
So they're gonna get. They're basically gonna get They're basically so Johnny goes and meets up with her before he goes to while they're getting ready to record in the studio.
Okay,
and he convinces her to say she quit, and they're going to use the festival as her goodbye show.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to use the Hit Parader festival that they're getting ready to. They're recording an album for that.
Yeah, exactly. Which, honestly, that actually got my blood boiling a little bit. Like, dude, you know, because of me being in the music scene, I'm like, I could actually say, like, that's a huge deal. Like, dude, why would you kick out one of the members that's actually helping you?
Because
even though Johnny's kind of being a prima donna.
Johnny's putting his relationship with Gretchen ahead of the band.
Exactly.
And forcing everybody to go along with it.
Exactly.
And whoever they get to put in the band is always gonna be compared to Lily and always gonna be second best because everybody likes Lily.
Exactly. And you know, honestly, I think that's where Svengoolie actually got the idea of actually putting Lily on a song where she's actually singing, which we're gonna go into details with that a little bit later in this episode.
He didn't put that wasn't his idea. She just went into it.
No, actually, it kind of was his idea. Well, it was Svengoolie's idea.
They weren't. She actually to sit there and listen, and it didn't. He didn't tell her to sing. She did that all on her own.
Exactly, but
it had nothing to do. It was his idea to write a song. No, actually, he wanted him to write a song about Faith's mom.
Exactly.
And the whole how how he got her, but. That's not
exactly.
We're not on that episode.
And how we hold on
episode 5. So that all that stuff happens in episode 6. So we're gonna stay at episode 5.
Okay, yeah, that's why I was actually leading it on a little bit.
So in episode 5.
But episode 5, basically everybody's like, okay.
That's where Simon's searching for venues to do his show in episode 5.
Yep, which he found one, which I'm hoping there's more.
Simon, if for all you guys that are new to this show, Simon is Cameron Boyce's character. He's the illegitimate son of a record company executive.
A.K.A. Pantheon Entertainment.
Yeah, and he is...
Which is...
going around promoting bands... So he's working on promoting bands. He's got so many shows and he's got to find places to book them. And he wants to do 18 and up, all ages because he wants to be able to perform these shows.
Exactly, which I don't blame him. Which that's the one thing that I think Cameron Boyce is actually
the rainbow in that episode. That's
yes. But okay.
Leo and Vic take charge of the band as a trip to New Orleans becomes imminent. They're the ones that forced the issue of them doing the album at that studio.
Okay.
But Johnny signed the contract first.
Okay.
Johnny had already signed that contract with that studio.
Yes.
When they get there. Remember? That happens in the
Yes.
beginning.
What's up, Jason, aka Backwoods Scratcher?
Hello, Backwoods Scratcher. We really appreciate you coming in. How are you doing tonight?
But all in all, God, I lost my train of thought there because you were kind of rambling on about something.
No, I went on and tell him something else that happened in the
episode. But
that I just.
I was actually going to go into details with everything like that, but okay, let's move on. Altogether, we are saying goodbye to Lily somewhere down the road.
In the next episode.
Actually, it's probably it's going to be within episode 7 and 8. So,
we got 2 more episodes after this, so we'll see what happens.
And I think Cameron Boyce's character is actually going to be playing a big part in this, and also
I think they had the show finished before he died.
I think they did, actually. Because I think they're going to find a way to write him off of it. Which
I think they're going to make him die. Don't quote me on this. This is my hypothesis. I think they're going to make him die of a drug overdose.
Okay. Of a what?
Drug overdose.
Okay. But yeah,
But you don't.
I don't know if
I don't know how that would play.
I don't know. I think they're probably gonna pull something out of him and basically say he's gonna die of something natural. I could almost see it. Because I don't want to say like.
I have a feeling. Don't quote me on this. I have a feeling. You know that musician that hates him.
What music? You talking about the guys from Over It All?
Yeah, the lead singer.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do something to him.
He probably is.
He's ruining his career. That's my hypothesis.
Exactly.
Okay, now in episode 8, what episode are we on? Episode 6. This is
episode
the episode where they decide to adopt the baby out, so they're looking for a place to adopt her. And the grandmother's trying to convince him to keep the baby and date her, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting from this.
That's what I'm kind of getting from her. And Lily's and Gretchen's getting pounded by the paparazzi about Johnny kissing Lily.
That was actually kind of in episode 5, actually. But
that was in episode 6, at the very beginning.
What? Like, it started happening at the end of 5 and led into 6, actually.
They ask her about the picture of Johnny and Lily because he went to meet Lily to tell her he's kicking her out of the band.
And
they kissed goodbye.
I think, and then they find out that that new teacher that keeps coming in, I think she's a part of the paparazzi just trying to get the idea, put everything together. The one that we call what's her name? The one that's been in the show the entire season.
Gabriel?
No, not Gabriel, but the other one. God, I can't think of her name.
I don't know, but Gabriel's
actually the Hobson character, which
I know. Gabriel always comes in at a perfect time.
Oh, I know.
Gives really good advice. He's like their angel, I think.
But I don't think he's actually an angel. I think he's a human being.
When Gretchen, when what's her name? When they take Faith.
Aya? Oh.
When they take Faith to the adoption center, he's standing out there, and he gives them. He says, she keeps, and what's her name? Says, don't I know you? And he gives that guy advice, like he's trying to convince that guy to adopt Faith. Almost.
And I think that's also Faith's grandmother that's actually trying to get him to adopt her. Because they're like perfect together.
Yeah, but Gabriel's like giving him advice, like he needs to settle down and have some kind of family.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I think he's trying. I I have a feeling in the next couple episodes he's gonna decide that he wants to adopt her. That he can't give her up. When they go to actually give her up, he ain't gonna be able to. He could have an open adoption with the mom and the grandma.
Yeah, he really could, actually.
He wanted to, and they would agree with it.
Oh, totally. But at the end of the day, we're actually kind of skipping out on a bunch of stuff, too.
I know, but that's what happens in the beginning. And then we go into Johnny and them at the recordings. Oh, Boo Boo Stewart's character, Vic, and what's the other guy's name?
Are you talking about the other guitar player?
Yeah.
God, what's his name? God, I can't even think of his name offhand. I know he's the dude from Asking Alexandra.
Make their demands known to Adam.
Yep.
Adam, which is the guy that handles all the contracts for the Relentless.
Yeah, pretty much.
So she wants to be on. Basically, she wants to get $1.5 million to perform and get out of the band, for her to be out of the band. They have to give her, and they have to make her a headliner, and her be her goodbye show.
Oh,
her going
yeah.
to that and her new Jade is now her manager. Her girlfriend's now her manager. And Savali gets alone time with Johnny in the studio and has a surprise for the rest of the band.
Who?
Savali.
Oh, Svengali.
Yeah, he's the one that comes up with the idea for him to do a song. And he gets an idea for that song that he's trying to create. I think he's trying to create drama so that Lily won't be able to leave the band. They won't be able to kick Lily out of the band. They'll have to keep her.
I think I see that happening.
Because now, if they do that song, it's gonna make people want more, and they're not gonna be able to kick her out of the band. And it's gonna create drama between Johnny and Gretchen because Gretchen wants her out.
No, it's not Gretchen that wants her out. It's freaking Johnny that wants her out because it's screwing up everything with the process between him and Gretchen.
Yeah. So, Von Gully's trying to convince him to write a song about, what's that baby's mama?
I know her name starts with an L.
Vivian.
God, I'm way off. Vivian, a.k.a.
He wants her to write about what happened between Vivian and him and the baby, and he does not want to, because he does not want Gretchen to know about Faith. If Gretchen finds out about Faith, she might be gone.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you on that.
I don't think she would totally leave him for that. It was something that happened when he was totally drugged up. And he's not drugged up no more, so he's in the right mind. He was out of his mind when he was drugged up, but he's in his right mind now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Lizzie's the one that, They gave the baby his last name.
Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah, they really want to push that baby on him. They did the drug test. They did a blood test and found out that baby was his.
That was like 2 episodes ago, like 2
they
or
found out that the
3
baby
episodes
really is Johnny's, so that he can't deny that baby. It's his. They got proof.
Exactly.
And he definitely doesn't want
I think everything, and everybody's literally saying, well, if you don't go with the Johnny show.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Okay.
The Johnny show. Everybody's got to do
it's basically the Johnny show.
Everybody
exactly.
Read into what Johnny wants.
Because Johnny's the vocalist. Johnny's basically, it's like, when you're a vocalist, everything you do comes first.
Because they're the whole sound.
Especially, exactly. Well, it's not that they're the sound of the band, but it's the voice. And it's always like, okay, well, Nikki Sixx wrote a lot of Motley Crue's greatest songs. Actually, all of their greatest songs, to be precise. But nobody's ever going to say, oh, Nikki Sixx is the one that, like, oh, Nikki Sixx only wrote the songs. They just had another guy singing them.
Sing It to Her Face is the name of this episode.
Yeah, Sing It to Her Face.
So basically, he like forces Johnny to sing that song he wrote about that they wrote about Lily to Lily's face without Lily performing, and Lily gets up and figures out the lyrics and starts singing with him. When they're in the recording studio at the end of the episode, and that was it. Basically, that's all that happened in that episode. Except for Vic and Leo go to a strip club with some other guy, some other character.
Yeah.
And they throw down $1,000 in ones in the strip club.
Actually, LimeWire, we're not actually downloading content illegally. We're actually huge supporters of like Prime Video and stuff of that nature.
Of buying streaming services and paying for it because that's what helps them be able to make new content. And we're all for it because if everybody started downloading and stealing stuff, then they wouldn't have money to make new content for us to watch.
But I think I know who this is.
Probably your niece.
That being said,
Your niece or nephew.
No, I got a weird feeling. I think it's Joe.
Joe.
Our co-worker.
Okay, and then I think I'm a big supporter of doing like Amazon Music or Apple Music or
that's beyond the
point. So that the artist can get paid for it.
But that's beyond the point. So we're basically going to finish this off and basically say, everything that we've talked about on this show, it's kind of spoilers for you. So if you want to go back and watch this again, just to catch the spoilers and whatnot, please do.
I definitely highly recommend this show and the movie.
So, which the movie is actually called American Satan. Great movie. Love that movie.
Definitely worth watching.
But all in all,
if you want to watch American Satan, you can get it on. I think the only place you
can
get
it. Tubi.
Oh,
it's on Tubi.
It's on Tubi for free, or you can buy it on Prime Video and have it forever. But on Tubi, you do have to watch commercials. That's the only thing. But it's free for you guys.
Okay, but all in all, what was your thoughts on the 2 episodes, Batgirl?
5 out of 5.
I think the lead up
5 out of 5.
And what do you think's going to happen with the final 2 episodes?
Okay. Something's going to happen to Cameron Boyce's character.
Which I think his mom and them are actually going to try to
fulfill those contracts that he's trying to fill, so that he can become a promoter for what's her face, Maya. So he's gonna end up getting shot by one of those bands because he's screwing them over from doing shows.
Yep.
They're not gonna be able to do those shows because they can't get booked.
Yep. But I also think that they're actually going to be. I think
Elias. My other hypothesis is I think Elias is going to take Faith. I think he's going to adopt Faith.
Okay. And I was actually going to say, I think we've also found out that the Mavens, who actually were recording in on a couple episodes in the past of this season, the Mavens, the ones that actually work at the strip club that.
Oh yeah, that band.
Yes, they were actually there, and basically
the strip club.
They're gonna. Okay, hold on, Jamie. Take a step back and let me talk here. I was actually going to say I think they're definitely going to be performing at that festival, and I think Cameron Boyce's band, the Flux, is actually going to be Flux, and possibly Over It All are actually going to be performing at at
I
that
think it's all going
festival.
to go down at the festival.
Which I think Maya's actually going to be the one that actually gives them that spot.
I also have a hypothesis that that strip club is the girl from that one band you were talking about.
Yes.
She is a bartender at the strip club.
Yes.
Also.
And they're called the Mavens.
Oh, the Mavens. I think her dad owns the bar where they played. She owns her dad's the one that owns the bar that doesn't allow moshing.
Oh, that was Nita Strauss's character's dad, and it wasn't a bar. It was actually a theater.
Yeah, so what do you think's gonna happen in the next 2 episodes, Josh? Do you think everything's gonna go down at the everything that's gonna happen? Do you think it's gonna go down at the festival?
I think a lot of shit's gonna happen at the festival.
Or do you think the festival's even gonna happen in this season?
Well, I definitely think the festival's gonna happen in the last episode, actually. That's my thought. Like it's gotta happen.
I hope
because
so.
they're building that festival up for the last episodes, which basically it's writing one. What's the dude that did the movie that that you like? God, I can't think of it. Cameron something or another. God, you know what movie I'm talking about, Jamie? It's God, I can't think of it.
What movie?
I'm high on drugs, and I think I can. The one where I think I can fly.
Almost Famous. That's like my
Almost Famous.
Movie.
Okay. It's got that same fucking element. Who's the guy that directed and wrote that movie? Cameron something or another. I can't think of his name offhand. He also did that TV show, Cameron Crowe. He also did the show Roadies on Showtime, which this kind of plays into that a little bit.
You know, Roadies only had 1 season, which was kind of depressing.
Yeah, but that being that, I was actually going to say I think they're going to build it up to where it's like that big of a thing, where they build up Ron White's character dying. And basically, Ron White's character.
I never saw the end of that.
Well, that was like the second to last episode, and I think they're gonna do something that's gonna change the atmosphere along the same lines as that, and basically say, you know what?
Do you think there will be a season 2?
I definitely think there's gonna be a season 2.
Maybe.
I definitely think there's gonna be a season 2.
If they didn't kill off Cameron Boyce's character, then they're probably not going to have a season 2.
No, I think they're gonna. I think as long as they can bring back Johnny.
They would have
Andy Black.
Andy
Black, aka Andy
If his
Bierstack,
character didn't die, how do you think would be a good way for them to make him die? Make his character be gone? Car accident?
I don't know. I'm like, honestly, I think they could just write him off into the sunset, or.
No, what would be a good way to get rid of his character, though? That would do him justice as a person, because he was a very good, very talented person in life when he was alive.
I think the idea behind Over It All, I think Over It All, and how...
My idea of Over It All, the guy from Over It All killing him?
Dom, a.k.a. the lead singer of Over It All, a.k.a. Randy Bly from...
The shit out, or he somehow either shoots him or beats the shit out of him.
Which I don't think he shoots him. I think he just altogether... I think something could happen naturally. And I think it's going to come down to the fact that, you know... I think he's going to freaking get pit. I think that dude's gonna think like, oh, we're not big enough to play this festival. I think that could be happening. We're not big enough to be a part of this festival, and you're gonna put this kid on outside of us and blah blah blah. Or I think it could come down to over it all basically opening up for the flux. And basically, him saying, fuck you, I'm going to kill you.
He's mad.
And choke him to
He
death.
was mad because he got pushed behind them before.
Exactly. And I think that's what's going to end up happening. Like, that dude's going to end up killing him. I can almost see it.
I can see it, too. I can see his rage for that kid.
The rage and jealousy for that kid.
Because he's getting stuff that he can't get.
Exactly. And then I think that leads into season 2 with Ryan Hurst's character, aka basically fucking going through. I think there is going to be a season 2 because I think it's going to revolve around Ryan Hurst's character because they haven't portrayed him enough. But I think somebody's going to end up dying.
Is there going to be a season 2 of
honestly,
is there going to be a season 2 of American? Is there going to be a season 2 of Paradise City?
It's probably not even out there yet.
They're wanting to recast his role. They're not killing him. They're not killing him off. They're going to recast him.
Well, Lily from the movie, they recasted her with Bella Thorne in this season.
I don't like Bella Thorne. I'm glad they're
I actually like her in this role because she's like, she's not goody-goody at all. She's actually a really good actress in this role. Because she's basically getting everything she wanted from this. And basically, I think they're basically going to say, you know what? This is Lily's end.
I think Lily's going to start. I think there's going to be a season 2. And Lily is going to start her own band.
I think if they don't keep them together, I think this is what I think. If they don't keep them two together in the band, I definitely see that happening somewhere down the line in season 2.
I think she's.
I can definitely see that.
I think as soon as she's done with the Relentless, she's going to start her own band because they kicked her out and she agreed to it.
Because everybody, and she, honestly, she's pissed that Johnny actually said something about making her want to quit instead of, like...
I think she's going to end up telling people that she was forced out of the band.
No, I think she's going to eventually... I think they're going to try to keep her in as long as possible because I think it only helps the situation. And I think it's basically going to force Johnny out somewhere down the line.
I don't think it's going to happen.
That's because you're an Andy Biersack fan.
No, it's because he's the whole... It would be like kicking Ronnie out of Falling in Reverse.
And
no one will ever compare. That's why Escape the Fate kind of sucks now. Because Ronnie Radke's what made the whole band.
Ronnie Radke? No. Ronnie Radke? Oh, Escape the Fate.
That's my whole hypothesis. Johnny's the Ronnie Radke to the Relentless.
Oh yeah, of course he is. But basically now it's the two guitar players show. And it's basically them saying, Johnny, you know what? We can tell you to go get fucked anytime we want you to. And I think that's what it's going to come down to.
Johnny's going to have to start listening to them because it's what's good for the band.
Exactly.
They don't really want to kick her out.
Exactly. Which, not to mention, there's 2 members of Asking Alexandria in this in the Relentless TV series. You've got the drummer, who's actually the drummer in real life, to asking Alexandria. Then you've got Ben Bruce, who's the guitar player for him. Which it's basically their way or the highway, and it's basically like, you know what, we can end this band anytime we want to, or we could just get rid of frickin' Johnny if he doesn't adhere to what we say. Which this does play a lot into like the Sons of Anarchy stuff. Because
it's kind of playing politics.
Exactly. And you know, when you're in a famous band, yeah, you kind of have to play politics.
You have to do what's best for the band and the money that you're going to make.
Exactly. Not to mention Jim Ross being in this series and only being a limited role and basically telling Elias basically everything that you're going to do with this band is basically going to fucking cost us money.
Yep, because it's costing them with that $1.5 million to buy off Lily.
Exactly, which
I agree with that.
You know,
though.
If I were to start a band and basically, and somebody asked, if I was a founding member of a band and basically somebody actually said, you know what, write your name off of this and we'll pay you for it, and I was like, I will never fucking do it. It would basically be like, I will kill this band.
She's not a founding member of the band, though, really.
She
came in after they were already formed, and they were already...
Yes, but they never had a bass player. That was the problem. So basically, she is an original member of the band.
She's the original first bass player, though.
Exactly. They don't want her gone, but they basically said, Ben Bruce and Vic, they both actually said, we cannot do this without her. And it's like, basically, you're going to listen to what we say because we're writing your paycheck, Johnny.
Exactly.
Even though I think this is honestly, and I think this is gonna start of season 2. I think honestly, I could see Johnny really screwing the pooch. Let's just say that much.
He's gonna screw the band up by kicking her out.
Not just that, but I think he's going to screw up everything. I think he's going to screw up everything with Gretchen. I think he's going to screw up everything within the band. And he's going to wind up back on drugs again.
I don't think he's going to wind up back on drugs.
I think he is going to wind up being back on drugs because basically Johnny's not in control anymore.
I don't know. All right, guys. I think we've talked enough about this show.
But that being said, guys, we do have 2 more episodes coming next week of this show.
No, we have one.
And
we have one more episode to talk about the last 2 episodes, and we have one episode talking about the Mighty Ducks for the next 2 episodes that are going to be available. If you haven't watched the Mighty Ducks Game Changer on Disney Plus, I'd highly recommend it. It's very good. It's got that feel good feeling of the movies. So, I love it. Don't you? And
also, I'm sorry, guys. I've been really busy this week. Basically doing music all week.
He's going to be doing his PC
and I am actually going to be doing my PC versus con, which right now I've kind of leaned my way back into console real quick because of MLB The Show 21 being on Xbox, and I've always been a fan of that franchise.
You definitely need to do that.
But also on my personal channel, I'm actually going to be doing my record haul.
And I'm going to have a record haul.
From last time.
I'm going to have an Ipsy on Bagging and a record haul on mine too.
So that being said, guys, we're actually going to get gone out of here. And we'll talk to you guys later. Yes. And we appreciate you guys popping in here,
Very much so.
saying hello. And saying hello and everything. So be awesome, my friends. I'm Joshua Danger.
Have a good week and weekend. Make good choices. Stay positive. Keep a smile on your face. And we will see you in our next video for Mother Mighty Ducks. Oh, no, it's going to be the last episode for Paradise City Season 1. And then
the last episodic breakdown,
episodic breakdown for Paradise City, and then we're going to be doing Mighty Ducks. And Joshua Danger will be doing the video game video for PC versus
PC versus console. My thoughts on the war and things that you should know on when building your first PC, which that'll be right in that first episode. So keep a lookout for it, which I think I will be doing that tomorrow after I get home from work. So that being said, guys,
and I'll be doing
happy.
My Epsilon bagging as soon as this episode's over. So go over to Batgirljamie channel because I'll be doing my Epsilon bagging. And
all right,
I'm still giving away those digital codes for albums. For full music albums. If you want one, go on to my videos where I say I'm giving them away. Comment that you want one, and I will get a hold of you, and we will. I wish Facebook would let you message people because I will comment you and I will see which one you want, and I'll find a way to get a hold of you, and I will give you.
Actually, if you
which album to pick, and once that album's gone, that album will no longer be available, and it's first come first serve. It's how I'm doing it to give them away. So if you want one, get your ass over there and ask for codes. I got new ones. And that being said, we're gonna get off here. Please comment, rate, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, become a member of the Dead Fam, hit that bell so you get notified every time, and like this video if you like this type of video. And you got anything else to say, Twisty?
Not offhand, I don't, but be awesome, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your week and weekend. And thanks for watching, everybody. We greatly appreciate it.
We love you all. We appreciate every view, and we will see you next week.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.
We'll see you late this week or next week, early next week.